Okay, welcome, wonderful, wonderful, gorgeous souls. So, you might have seen me all over the internet speaking about my brand new website. And yes, we launched this week, and I am I'm so excited because this is an entire new chapter. This is an evolution. This is a change. This is huge, right? And it's not just my brand that's changed, but it's also my work that's changed. And to be honest, the work changing kind of like led to the brand changing. And it's just amazing how these things kind of like start to merge together. So, as you would have seen or maybe heard me speak about the big changes in my work and just in how I approach my work. And I'd love to share more about that today. So if you've been to the website, you would have seen me speak about soul authority. It's all over my pages. It's everywhere. Okay, so the whole thing with soul authority is that I had a massive realization last year. So let me tell you the backstory. So I went to Ecuador and I was going through all of the rituals there and the ceremonies and everything that we did, and had this massive experience of basically my entire body being unraveled and then put back together. And I was like, I don't really understand what this is about, but it's okay. Because with me, it's always like stuff happens and I don't always understand it in the moment, and then the penny will drop a little bit later. So it was like my guides were saying to me, like, you need to understand that this matters. So then I was like, okay, I've been looking at like nervous system regulation and all of that for quite a few years since I moved to the UK in 2019. Having come out of South Africa, massive like burnout, like all of that good stuff, like working myself to death. And then I got here, landed in the best place in the world, sea, forests, everything right on my doorstep, and it was amazing, right? So, and then COVID hit and I was forced to go outside, and it was even better. So it's really, it's like a bit of a journey for me to start to understand what is happening in here. When I had my DNA activation done in 2020 as well, it was like my body came back online. It was like, oh my goodness, there's something here and I'm needing to listen to this more. So when I started channeling and I started working with my clients, I went through this process of like literally tuning into their energy field, and I'd be like, why is my shoulder sore? What is this? So when I started asking their bodies the questions, I would be led to the stories, the past life stuff, the story, the imprint, what was going on here, right? And so I was like, okay, so I can feel what's happening in someone else's body. And so in 2024, I was like, the whole time, I need to learn more about the nervous system. So after Ecuador, I was like, and then a coach that I've worked with before was putting out, so Dr. Sarah Coxton, she was putting out a training course called Regenerative Alchemy. And one of the things in there was like nervous system. And my whole body went, you need to go on that. And I'm like, well, I'm not really a somatic coach. It's not really my jam. I'm not into this. But I know Sarah and I know her work and I've worked with her, and like there was just something in me that called and said you need to go. So after having done the year of like doing my tour and my retreat and everything, and then I stepped in September into her course, and I was like, oh my goodness. So the stuff that she taught us, just about like my basic understanding of the nervous system, how the body works, etc. But then we moved into the space of actually listening to our own bodies, right? So being in session, being shown how it works, all of that. And I had this moment of realization when I started introducing this into my sessions with my clients, was that as much as I am the one who can basically hear and understand and feel what's going on in their bodies, obviously they have that same experience as well. Because if I'm going, oh, my shoulder is sore, and they go, yeah, my shoulder is sore, it's like, okay, so there's a connection here. But obviously the energy lies with them. So what if they get to explore their own bodies and lead themselves to the points of like, this is an issue. And so as I started playing around with this, my clients were guiding themselves into spaces and places in their body and unraveling and finding information for themselves. So I was basically going, okay, let's do this. They were moving into spaces within themselves where they were finding answers. And I was like, this is freaky, crazy ass shit. And so as I started doing it with myself, because I mean, I've always listened to myself, obviously my intuition, all of that. But then when I started listening deeper to my body, I'm like, okay, cool. And then what happened was I had a session and I dropped deeply into what I call my soul authority. So I had a massive realization of this unraveling and this blueprint emerging out of me and wanting to come back online. And this was basically my own inner authority, my soul authority that wanted to come back online. The parts of me that needed to speak, that needed to be seen, that needed to create, wanted to come back online. And I was like, whoa. So I started doing this work with my clients and they started coming back online. Their inner authorities started coming back online. These soul parts of them, the creatrixes, the muses, the oracles started coming back online. And I'm like, I need to focus on this. I need to focus on helping my clients to move back into the space of them owning their stuff. Because for so many years, I was like, I can feel this for you. I can see this for you, etc. Now that is evolved into, I can hold the space for you and show you, but you get to see it. You get to feel it. You get to be it. And the moment that, so we have mind, we have body, and we have soul. And in the work, so much of the work that's out there, it's about mind and soul, right? Like, so we're seeing all that stuff, but there's never a connect back into body. Okay, so when I can feel that I am the oracle in my body, it shifts my entire energetic field out into the world. When I can feel myself as the muse, as the creatrix in my own body, that is embodiment. That is me stepping out into the world feeling like that. If I tell you, you are the priestess, you are the oracle, you are the creatrix, it's like, okay, thanks, Yolandi, but I'm not feeling it here. I am not becoming it. My body isn't proving to me that this is what it feels like when I embody that blueprint, that energy, that essence of myself. And so this work is about stepping into that space of this embodiment, this feeling, this knowing that I am that. Okay. So this is where the shift in my work has happened. It's like, yes, I can see all the shit for you, but I want you to become that. You need to be that energy that we can feel for you, that the world feels. Because the thing is, if I can feel that you are this, it means everyone else can feel that you are this, even if it's on a subconscious level. Okay, so the point here is that you get to step back into that and own that energy that everyone can feel about you. And that is how you show up in the world. Okay, so that, thank goodness for our beautiful bodies, is really part of what I am bringing this year. This is what the new work is about. It's about you becoming that. Okay. And in the process of becoming that, there is the unraveling, there is the excavation, there is the movement, right? So it's not like Yolandi goes, boop, there you go, you're online. No, this work is about understanding, unraveling, moving with the flow of your body, the pace of your body, the understanding. That's why we're in a 6-month container, because you need to be held during this process of unraveling all the bullshit that you carry, everything, the weird stories, all of the stuff that has kept you safe for so long. Okay, so we are in the process of understanding, why do I do this? Why do I show up like that? Why do I believe this? Why do I feel this? And when I get to see that, I can start appreciating the fact that my body created these blocks so that I can be safe. Okay, so all of this stuff, the ideas, the stories, and then when I start opening it up, this light within me starts to flow out again. This knowing, this blueprint that is emerging out of me will then come out into the world and everyone else will feel it. Okay. And I will be it. I will live it because I've given myself the time and space to bit by bit, step by step, okay, move into the space of who I am. So when that knowing comes online, it's so much easier for us to show up in the world as who we are. Okay. The too muchness, the you're this, you're that, like all of that stuff doesn't matter because I own who I am. Okay. Whew. So intense and a lot, but that's what the evolution is about. That's what my work is about now. So if you want to come and check it out, if you want to find out, go and have a look at Soul Authority. It's 6 months together with me. And yeah, it is a container. It's a vibe. It's a thing. That's where we're going. 2025 is literally about you embodying this energy, this fucking amazing energy that you carry within yourself and being all of that. Okay, so if you want to come play, I'm ready and I'm waiting. Let's do this.